Hello again, and welcome to the second part of the series topic The Girl Becomes the Woman, Intentional Training for a Bright Future. My name remains Olufunke Oluwole, and today we will be talking about another area, and that area is education. What do we mean by education? Education is essential for a girl's cognitive, emotional, and social development. Education is important for a girl's mental stability, for a girl's social status, for her emotional stability, and her conscience, her consciousness in her environment. Education is important to beat against stigma, to beat against social discrimination, to beat against all forms of discrimination. So it is indeed important to support the girl in her journey to becoming a woman with sound and solid educational support. And how do we do this? First and foremost, we encourage a love for learning. Learning is an integral part of the journey of education. A willingness to learn, relearn, and unlearn is a fundamental part of growth. She must have a love for learning. She must have a love for learning anything and everything. Learning how to become a better person. Learning how to interact in a better way. Learning in fields of knowledge, fields of understanding. Learning in different aspects of everyday life. Learning in different aspects of everyday living. Learning to just be a better girl. Learning to just be a better person. It's important to encourage a love for learning. She must understand that she does not know it all. She must understand that she doesn't know it all. No one knows it all. And no one is a harbinger of all knowledge. There is always something new to learn. And a girl must be made to appreciate that there is always something new to learn. You must be willing to learn. You must be willing to open your mind, foster your curiosity to know how to do things, to know how to do things better, to know how to do things in a more productive way, to learn how to do things, to relearn how to do the things that you think you already know, and to unlearn the things that you knew, but you expect you have found a better way of doing it. I'll give you a very simple example. Everyone knows the vegetable cabbage. It has multiple folds layered upon themselves, layered and layered and layered and layered until it forms a big bulb of cabbage. All my life, I have brought up countless house helps and all the girls in my life, my daughter, my niece, everyone who passes through me, to cut the cabbage right through the middle and shred it into pieces. And what happens with the remaining one is when you keep it, it develops a film of dark decay that is caused by oxygen coming over it. And you have to strip off that entire layer the next time that you want to do it. And I came across a young lady who came into my house and she started to peel the cabbage. And she came and she said, "No, ma, That's not how to do it. You peel it and you remove the layers and layers and layers. And suddenly I found a different way of utilizing the cabbage, achieving the same result, but maintaining the bulb size of the cabbage until the very last bit and using it all up without losing any part of it to decay. So I was quick to unlearn what I thought was the best way of doing it and start practicing what this young lady had said. So also you must have the humility that comes with learning. You must encourage a love for learning in the girls. You must foster their curiosity and a passion for knowledge. We must be willing to ensure that our girls love to learn. Teach them in a way that it becomes interesting. Teach them with lessons. Teach them with challenges. Teach them with all the things that make it interesting for them to learn new topics and new areas of knowledge. Very, very important. Secondly, we must provide access to quality education. We must ensure that she has the opportunities to learn and grow, and do our best to create an enabling environment for the young lady to be able to understand how to go about life and the pursuit of an education. These opportunities allow her to come in contact with knowledge and tiers of education that will increase her ability to learn and grow. Thirdly, we must celebrate her achievements, no matter how small. These achievements and milestones are indication that she is learning and she's moving from one point of knowledge to another. So we celebrate these achievements, acknowledge her and celebrate her successes. This is part of showing love. This is part of showing encouragement. This is part of showing her that as Jesus grew and was nurtured and grew in stature and grew in favor, all these are aspects of the everyday learning and development of a child. So it is important to count these milestones and celebrate her successes. And where there are failures, it is also important to use them as a life lesson. Show her that it is not the quitting that is important, but the ability to pull yourself back up after you have had a failure and bring yourself back up. That shows that you are positioning yourself for success. It is also important to celebrate and provide guidance and support to help her navigate those academic challenges by also positioning her with mentors, building a culture of mentorship, especially when she begins to get into higher levels of education. Point her in the direction of someone that she has chosen to be an example of the kind of person that she would like to be. If she chooses to be a lawyer like myself, it is nice to encourage and engage her with mentors in that field who will share their experiences, share their challenges, share secrets of how they were able to overcome some of those hurdles that come along the way, share their own childhood experiences as they were coming along the way, share the confusion that they had when they were trying to make a decision about the way to go. Put her in the stay of people like that. Encourage mentorship by allowing interaction with these people, allowing interaction with them on a professional level, allowing her to experience that profession at a much closer level. For instance, when we were growing up, we had the opportunity for what was called holiday jobs. When we came home on summer holiday, we would go to an uncle or an aunt's office and work there as a clerical assistant, as an admin assistant, as an office assistant, as a clerk. Do something constructive. Learn one or two skills along that holiday and be paid some paltry little allowance at the end of the day. It encourages a higher level of confidence. It builds tenacity. It exposes the girl to things that are in everyday life that she would ordinarily not have been exposed to in her home. Many of our children are sheltered. Many of them are prevented from seeing the real world that they are out there living in. They are prevented from seeing the world and the reality around them. Yet, when they finish in their initial educational journey, they are thrown into the world of wolves with sheep's clothing. They are thrown into a world of dangerous people and dangerous activities. And yet, are our children prepared for this? Are they really prepared for life? When life hits them, are they prepared for that journey? It's not just about spiritual growth. It's also about a mental growth that comes with education and exposure. These things are important. So I'd like to encourage you that you develop the attitude of sending your children for holiday jobs, attaching them to professionals who are friends, family members, who are in that field that they are thinking about. When a child is at the point of trying to determine what is that special gift that she has, where is it that her interest is channeled? Where is the energy? What is that thing that makes her excited when she thinks about it? When she's about to make that decision, that life-changing decision about an academic career to pursue, about a course to read in university, about whether to go into the sciences, the arts, or the commercial. When she's at that point, it will be good to expose them. Let them have discussions. Let them go and interview lawyers that are your friends, doctors that are your friends, bankers that are your friends. If you are not ready to release them for fear of safety and for fear of harassment or anything because they are young, take them to these people and let them conduct interviews. Encourage the child. Tell her to write up a couple of questions that she would like to ask someone. Assuming you met a lawyer for a day, what are the kinds of questions that you list out? 20 questions that you would like to ask a lawyer if you met a lawyer. List out 20 questions you'd like to ask a doctor, you'd like to ask a pharmacist, a dentist, an engineer, a computer specialist, a coding, a data engineer, name it, a teacher. Allow them, challenge them. Let them develop these skills by themselves. Help them, nurture them, raise them up, and let them have an opportunity to engage these people on a more intellectual level. Show that the education that they are getting, they can actually put it to use. Help them to be able to make these decisions with proper and full information. Provide guidance and support. These mentors can help them navigate some of these academic challenges. Speak to your children. Gone are the days when you insist that your children do what you asked them to do. No. Know your child. Interview your child. Speak to your child. And as a parent and a guardian, please listen. The greatest tool and the greatest gift that you can give your children is a listening ear. An ear that listens without judgment. An ear that listens without condemnation. An ear that listens without anger. We should be slow to chide our children. It says, fathers, provoke not your sons, your children. So we should be careful to provoke our children. Instead, we should ask, we should listen, and we must be ready not to judge, but to listen with love. And then, with the guidance of the Holy Spirit, help them to navigate whatever challenges that they are experiencing in the area of education, especially, which is our focus for today's series. We must be eager to listen, eager to pay attention, eager to assist, and eager to play our role as guardians and mentors. These children are given to us for a time and a period, for a time and a season. How well we play our role during this time and season will determine a lot about how they live their own time and season, will determine a lot about our relationship with them after they have left our care, and will determine a lot about how they are now able to raise a family and nurture their own children in the way that they have been brought up. So it is important for us in all that we do to always remember that the love of God is key. And the God kind of love is sacrificial. It's a love that is ready to lay down anything for the sake of the gospel. So therefore, today we encourage you once again to pay good attention to the issue of the education of the girl child. There must be a mental capacity that has been nurtured and delivered. There must be a mental capacity that has been built on over the years, nurtured, carefully positioned to take on the challenges that will be presented to her. There must be a culture of learning that has been developed in her that causes her to be curious, wants to learn more about life, want to learn more about the gospel, want to learn more about the way of Christ, want to learn more about the things of God, want to learn more about the ways and manners in which the Bible applies to everyday life, want to know how the character of a child and the character of a person affects their everyday life as a child of God. Learning never stops. We are always learning. In every facet of our life, we're always learning. So it's important to provide access, good access, encourage, celebrate, and mentor these children in their journey towards a better life, in their journey towards academic growth, in their journey towards learning more and more. We all remember that when Jesus as a child was being looked for by his parents, they found him in the temple, teaching and learning from the elders in the temple, sharing his own perspective, sharing his knowledge, sharing his own side, but also listening and learning. And he spent several years doing this, learning and coming into becoming who he was meant to be. It took a process. We didn't hear from him again until he was in his 30s. And throughout that period, it was a learning process, a process of refinement, a process of redefinition, a process of fine-tuning into what he came to be, into what he was sent to be, into becoming the fullness of the Word of God. So, my dear brothers and sisters, it is important to invest in the education of the girl, because this is one sure way of ensuring that she will become the woman that God has made her to be. As she grows in knowledge and wisdom, she'll become a confident and capable individual. Her level of confidence, her level of commitment, her capacity to develop, all these things will be brought to the fore as her education expands, as her knowledge expands, as her wisdom is built, is brought out, all these things will come out. And it is in that fullness that she comes out and becomes the kind of woman that God has set her out to be. So once again, we have come to the end of this series. We have looked at two important areas. The first in series 1 was spiritual growth. And today we've covered the importance of education in the life of the girl that wants to become a woman. Join me next time again on our YouTube channel as we look at the next area in this series about the girl becoming a woman. I remain yours sincerely. God bless you. Shalom.